Hello, everybody. It's Tuesdays from the Barracks. I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me is Mr. Justin. Sorry, Garrett's trying to kill me. Mr. Justin Beowulf. I'll put give you some shiny bracelets if you really piss me off, West. And down below is Guntruck Steve Ash. Joining us soon might be, Weiner. We don't know when he'll decide to show up. I did just wake him up though, so he's always better late than never.
He's so
Everybody,
old.
what's up, Mr.
That's why he
Walker?
needed a power nap.
Weiner is not on time.
Never.
He was sleeping. Mr. Weiner is still taking some time to wake up from his naps. All right.
Nappy poos. How's everybody doing
All
tonight?
right. So, how is everybody tonight? We are going to be going over the Cannonball Run AAR. When that's done, we just have a couple quick updates. It is the AAR for his own event. He's late for it.
No, and we're
Go
going like you're
figure.
surprised.
So we're going to go over the list of events before and after. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to talk a little bit about Cannonball Run, but let me really tell you about Operation Syndicate 4.
Go ahead and get it out of your system.
Yeah, I know, right? It's gonna, but we are gonna have the rule set will drop tonight as soon as the stream ends. We finalized all of them, getting all the rules stuff up and all that. So we're gonna talk about a lot of good stuff there, and pretty much we're just twiddling our thumbs, waiting for Mr. Weiner to show up. Now there's just a black space inside. There he is. All right. Better late than never.
Oh.
It's not a party till he comes out. Weiner from Nu Breed Airsoft. Better late than never, I guess.
I'm still
Corpse like
waking up. Turn my light out. There we go.
All right.
There I am. And there's Steve driving down the road.
And there's Steve breaking probably about 5 different Florida state laws, trying to get home so he could be there for the stream, and he's telling us to shush. Yeah, that ain't happening.
That's in another state. I can't. There's nothing I can do about that.
Hashtag late AF. All right, so over the weekend on Saturday, to kick.
Ooh, I got sun. Look at my face.
You're echoing.
That's right.
Man.
Kicked it off right. Me?
And nasally.
You can't help but interrupt, can you? So what's up? So starting off the year right, we start off with Cannonball Run. Before we get to actually talk about the AAR, wow, Weiner, you are loud tonight.
See?
Hold on.
We can hear everything.
Now.
We can hear your deep breath.
Give me a minute here. I'm trying to find my.
The breathing. Is Steve Skittles podcast studio? Yes, Steve. It's
a mobile podcast.
All right.
Is that better?
Well, no, it's still loud.
Is that better?
Still loud.
There's no way.
It's like you're.
It sounds different. Are you sure you're not going through your headset and you're not going to your camera instead? Your onboard microphone?
What? No. Oh, you know what? That's possible. No, because I can hear you in my headset.
Happening.
So
that's fine, but check your microphone settings. But anyways, let's talk. While this guy figures out what the hell he's doing, let's talk about what's next on the agenda. Next weekend on Saturday,
agenda.
Be up at I'm going to be up at Wayne's World of Paintball at Flames of Rebellion 2, hosted by Mind Game Productions. This one here has a wedding to go to, so he can't go. By the way, doing that when your microphone's coming through your thing didn't do much for it there, Haas.
Didn't do much of what? That or this or that? Is that better?
It sounds the same no matter how far away you put it. I'm telling you, check your microphone in Restream.
Oh, that's better.
We can't hear him at all. That's perfect. All right. So if you guys are interested in a Star Wars themed event, check out Flames of Rebellion. It's going to be at Wayne's World of Paintball in Ocala, Florida. Check it out. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Then we have a little bit of a break until February 11th through the 13th, where I have to drive the battle bus up to Mid Orange Correctional, where some of us are going to be up there to take photos and videos of people up there for a trailer. So if you're, so yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting. So if you're interested in being out, checking out Mid Orange before the event, and you have your kits, you have to talk to us in advance before you show up, but that might be there. Then the very next weekend, we're going to have Bone Crusher at the Third Coast Airsoft event in Milledgeville, Georgia. It is definitely your camera mic that's picking up. Weiner.
What?
Yeah, we could definitely hear. There was definitely your camera mic that was picking up, because as soon as you touched it, it went all staticky.
It's like the beginning of 2001: Space Odyssey.
That's what meter.
And you're hitting on it.
Says it touched my meter.
It's like every sitcom that makes fun of the old person for not understanding. Gee, thanks for the notification. You're getting out of here, Weiner.
Honey, how does this MySpace work?
Anyways, so Bone Crusher is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Check out thirdcoastairsoft.com for tickets for that event. I believe the tickets are almost sold out. And then March 6th, we're going to be taking over Miami Airsoft, because the 7th through the 11th, we're going to have Pew Pew at C2 going out of Fort Lauderdale. So if you guys are in the Miami area, want to come play some games with us, reach out to me, let me know, so we can get some stuff set up for that. And then once we come back from the cruise, that very next weekend, we have Thunderdome 4, which there's only about 45 tickets left between the two sides, between USSR and USA Forces. The weekend, and you can get those at OperationLionClaws.com. Check out Thunderdome 4. It's in the Northgate Mall in Durham, North Carolina. Following weekend, right after that, is going to be North versus South 4, back again at Wayne's World of Paintball in Ocala, Florida. Hope to buy Nu Breed Airsoft and Dead End Outfitters. Check out deadendoutfitters.net/events for get those tickets. It's the North for the South, and your tickets are based on where you live. So there's a line of demarcation. Jesus Christ, Christian.
Sorry, Steve's using my my address for his tickets.
Huh?
What?
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 Come again?
What?
So, aren't you going to be CO for that again, or no?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be. It's going to be like a rematch between you and Rage, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Orlando?
It is.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. It's going to be fun.
That is going to be fun.
Fantastic time.
Yeah. We'll be running.
Get this guy again. This guy.
What's Op Cannonball Run runners planning? Why does Cannonball Run either being mentioned, except for the fact of that we're going to have an AAR on it? And I don't know where the hell Weiner went. So, Team Justin, hell yeah! All right.
That's my boy. There's another boy. The good one right there. There's another good one.
Then I think we have. Let me check the calendar, because you know what? Is there an actual week? Let's see here, calendar. So when we get to March, so that's the weekend of the 24th. All right, so we have a week off, and then the first weekend of April is Veterans for Airsoft, their annual event. And why are people? God, I love it when people that are watching the stream decide that they're going to message me on the stream. So yeah, Veterans for Airsoft, their 6th annual charity game that's going to be at Camp Liberty. Check out Veterans for Airsoft. veteransforairsoft.com for more information there.
Navigator. Damn.
And then after that, third weekend of April, we're going to go ahead and be at Stonebreaker 2024. That one's going to be, and I think that's Stonebreaker 10, and that's going to be at Government Training Institute in Barnwell, South Carolina. And that is going to be the 19th through the 21st. Stonebreaker is also a hell of a lot of fun. If you guys haven't done GTI, it should be on one of the AOs that you should at least visit in your airsoft career. And for those of you that are just listening and not watching, I used air quotes there. And then the very following weekend, we have Operations Syndicate 4 hosted by Players Wanted Airsoft. Once again, for Stonebreaker, you get your tickets at thirdstoffairsoft.com. And then Syndicate 4 is going to be at Middleridge Correctional or the Hudson Sports Complex in Warwick, New York. That's hosted by Players Wanted Airsoft. You can check out playerswantedairsoft.com for those tickets. And then finally, the newest one that we're going to be announcing since one event dropped off and we're in here is going to be Geigerlands 3, The Pit of Misery. Again, held at the lovely...
Sounds depressing.
Have you been to a Geigerlands lately?
No, just been...
So that one is going to be back
Sounds
at
like it's going
Middleridge
through their
Correctional
emo phase.
/ Hudson Sports Park in Warwick, New York. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun there too.
What's up, Top?
And that one is going to be May 31st through June 2nd. Get your tickets at there right at playerswantedairsoft.com. That's a lot. 12
did that without
roughly
me interrupting, didn't you?
Yeah, and actually I got through it in about 11 minutes without your interruptions. So
Not a phase.
I got plenty of time to pick up.
No, you don't.
With the Weiner.
No, you don't. No, you don't. And quit. That's sir. That's not allowed on the stream. That goes against some sort of.
Playing with my Weiner.
Yeah.
Playing with Weiner. I'm playing with my Weiner on the stream.
Okay. You are delayed.
An old man playing with a child's Weiner.
I'm delayed now.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Why is Steve in the dark? Because he's driving and not where he's supposed to be.
He's taking a Skittles roll. Steve's homeless. His wife kicked him out after this weekend.
No. He's Batman.
All right.
Batman.
Yeah, Weiner, you have a hell of a delay going on right now. You look like some.
I don't know what's going on. It's your stupid reader. Mine's just too fast for you now.
Does he not look like he's like in a Japanese? He's being dubbed by Japanese.
It kind of adds to it. And that way, when his mom sneaks up on him again in a minute, it'd be like a grudge.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the attention of a half-dead meat. I don't know how else the stream is going to be like this. Oh.
I shot you too, so shut up. Stop.
I would like to call a war crime on Joker for shooting me as I was down with a dead drag on. 125 points, U.S. wins. No, actually, you're going to get a war crime for talking while dead multiple times that required me to shoot you because dead men don't talk.
Girls, don't make me pull this stream over.
It's already been derailed, sir. All right.
I'll turn this son of a bitch around. Steve, turn the minivan around.
I got you,
boo. Let's get on with the AAR, damn it.
So we're getting on with this AAR. So on Saturday, we had probably one of a really fun open world event that was at what the hell are you playing with now?
Oh well. Yep. Somebody's gonna have a seizure.
Yeah. I wish there was a way I could just turn off his like pause him and to still have the picture up there. You know what I mean? The video. So yeah, Saturday we were at Black Tiger Airsoft for Nu Breed Airsoft's second event, Operation Cannonball Run. First one in Florida. These two gentlemen down here were the CO and XO for the runners.
I know it's dangerous.
That are known as the civilians.
Give me a high five, Steve. I know you're driving, but you can do it. Give me a high five.
He doesn't know how to. Wrong way.
Other side.
You saw the car.
Yeah.
So let me just.
Well, thank you.
That's right, Scott.
Let me roll off and say that I was supposed to be there early on Friday, and I made a very bad tactical decision to drive up 27. And I hit nothing but traffic, and I was delayed by about 2.5 hours.
Where's the
so violin
picture? Somebody break out the big violin. Where's that at?
I'm just saying I wasn't there to see like much of anything.
It's good.
So, Mr. Weiner, why don't you start talking about your event?
When I start talking about the event, aren't I still delayed?
And here she comes. Here she comes.
No, that would be one. That's one of the dogs coming in.
That's what you think. That's what you want you to think.
Close the door, Gracie, behind you. Close it behind you. You can come in. Whoa! What happened there?
I said start talking about your event, sir. So
no, you got bigger and stuff like that. So want me to tell you about the event? It was fucking awesome. If you weren't there, you missed out. Too bad. See you later. Bye.
Come to the next one.
Yeah, make sure you come to the next one. Next one will be North versus South, a DEO new breed event. March 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
That's already been mentioned.
So I did it again. So let's do it now.
So
because I'm involved with that
let's talk about the current event, sir.
Wait till I get the patches in for that one. There's the new breed one. There's stickers if you didn't get a sticker. So what would you like to know about my wonderful event?
So let's talk about Saturday. How did Saturday go? How did Saturday start off?
Saturday was
player count. Nope.
Great until Joe.
His definitely.
Good job.
It's because everybody Joker. And that. And then the video. Then there's the video talking about players wanted. Players wanted. Players wanted. Players wanted. Oh, wait. Are you players wanted, Joker?
What's great was the only thing we heard was players wanted, players wanted, players wanted, players wanted. That's all we heard. Because you literally, your internet was show shit.
What about my internet shit? Because I got all my bars and stuff. I think it's your damn restream computer.
It's not my restream because these guys haven't been interfered with once.
You need to go to the other room and see what your mom's streaming.
Yeah, it's that midget porn again. I think she took those pictures of Drew's butt and blew it up. So that's what's on the TV right now.
Oh,
so as you were saying, Friday.
So Friday night, when everybody showed up, we had about 50 of the pre-registered people show up on Friday night. We had what was called the Run and Gun, which was phenomenal. Thanks to Christian. Christian was there, and he brought his. Actually, he was using John Logan's horn. John Logan had one of those truck horns on a drill piece. So when you pull the trigger, you heard the horns. So that's how we got them started for the Run and Gun, and while we ended the round of the Run and Gun. And Christian was having fun playing with that. But anyways, we had I think we had 18 total for the Run and Gun, which was awesome. So we broke it up into sets of 5. So we had 3 teams going head-to-head against each other. And when we got down to the last 2 teams, we broke them up into individual. So we did have one final winner, won a beautiful multi-cam Lancer Tactical 416. He won that. He was the last man standing after all the battling and stuff like that. And everybody said they had a blast battling in the city with the minimal lights we had on out there because it was dark. Some people said they could have had their nods and stuff out there. I didn't expect to get as dark as it did quick, and they probably could have worn their nods, but that didn't affect the outcome because the way the nuclear football, or the fake nuclear football was hidden out there was even more. Steve's in his garage now. Yay. And it was hidden out there. In our final, so with the running out was going on, we had one last person. Matter of fact, a couple times we had to, where the numbers were kind of odd. At the end there, we did rock, paper, scissors to see who was going against who, and they had a blast doing that too. So it was a lot of fun. What was it? Top Shot Airsoft was out there. He made it all the way to the end and lost in the end. Dude was
Tapped Airsoft.
Tapped Airsoft. Tapped Airsoft. I'm sorry.
Tapped Airsoft.
There's a T in it. Good job.
I got the T part right. I got the T and the P right. Just the wrong. We had a wrong.
That was Tactical Ninja from Tapped Airsoft.
Tactical Ninja was awesome out there. He had a blast. And then I wish I could remember the kid's name. I can't remember right now. Not the kid, the guy who won the overall gun at the end there. I think he was one of the brothers out there participating from one of the teams. But it was kind of cool because you had a bunch of teams that you had a team out there. They're all together and they got split at the end, so they got to go head to head against each other. But anyway, so Friday night was awesome. Then we all went and hung out, and I stayed and actually camped out in the cold weather. My generator worked great on Friday night, so it was cool. It was good. It got down to the high 20s, I believe, on Friday night. For those of you who stayed out there and camped, we had fires going, different fires. It was pretty cold out there. Yes, it was. Yeah, because Justin went because he was out there too.
His name was Matthew.
He has left off because he's married. Matthew. Sorry. That's right. Smurf was out there working her butt off too. Her and her boys she brought down. Watch me mess this up now. Waffle,
Wiffle,
Cave Wiffle,
Cave Wiffle,
Caveman. That was the only I did screw up. Wiffle, Smurf, and there was
person, sir. It's 2024.
Anyways,
right.
they were out there.
Raptor,
they came in from
Nick
Ohio.
Benton.
They
Nick
drove down
Benton,
Ohio.
Raptor.
We're loving
Hold
the
on.
warm weather.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna make sure the people get the proper credit.
Yeah,
So
no, we're
Nick,
working it out. I'm old.
No, you're trying to figure out who the hell it is. You're just gonna keep going on and talking.
Joker. I'm gonna start calling him Jocker, and then because
it was Nick Benton from Raptor, and then it was also Chase who was with them.
You bitch! You kicked me off.
Yeah, I did, because I'm gonna make sure that those people get the credit for coming all the way down from Ohio.
From Players Wanted events. That's when we first got introduced to them. But they worked their butts off between Chrono and helping out wherever they could before the game started. So I am very grateful for their help too. I mean, we had plenty of admins out there. We had Top was in game. Joker was even an in-game admin at one point till he got fired. He didn't get fired. He was still there. People wanted me to fire him. And then
I didn't do it. The only thing I did admin wise was to get the fucking people out of our talk. That's it.
He couldn't handle the pressure. It was too much for him. And then
no, because
the coolest part of the thing to see though was during when we had lunchtime was to see all of the Rattlers Rage crews, the 329 Posse, which I pronounced correctly, 329 Posse, Dade County, Milsim, all those guys who were helping out with kitchen duty,
the food line,
the food line duty. It was awesome. So everybody had a great time with that. So Saturday morning we started off in the cold. Everybody showed up. I mean, we had some of the coolest people there, some of the newest people. We had brand new players who never participated in Milsim were there. A lot of them, and the fact that DCM and U.S. troops took these players under their wing and gave them the time of their lives. They had a blast. Some of the parents who brought their kids there were just completely amazed at how much fun their kids got to have. There was one little kid, Louis. Did I get that name right? Making sure. Louis was out there. I don't remember how old he was. Was he 8 or was he younger than that?
He was knee-high to a grasshopper. So
knee-high to a very small kid. Him and his dad were out there playing. Actually they were actually on the U.S. troops sides. And little Louis, he put all the whiners to shame. Let's put it that way. He showed a bunch of 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds who want to complain about. Although we didn't have a lot of that. How to play in Milsim. The kid was awesome, and he ended up being one of the top pick for a gun that we gave away to some of the younger players. And the kid was smiling from ear to ear. The pictures are out there. Take a look at the website, Nu Breed Airsoft on Facebook, Nu Breed Airsoft on Instagram, NuBreedAirsoft.com. And the pictures are a majority of the pictures are out there. We still got some cool videos coming out that are being put together still as we speak. But
somebody's still editing.
Somebody's still editing. Yes, that's correct. And I think
was that a crap at me there, Beowulf?
Did you hear the bleep? Oh, is that what? I think he's looking for pictures so I can post them. Some of the ones he had, but anyways. So on Saturday we had the actual event. Started it right off. It was fight on fight, back and forth. It was a beautiful sight to see. It was you had the U.S. troops against the runners. They both put a fight. It was back and forth all day long, and I think all except for when the town got nuked, everything was going beautiful for the runners. But they turned around and came back anyways, because once the town got nuked and I saw the group walking out, and I thought people got mad and left, were leaving, and it wasn't. They were going out because they ran out of ammo.
Yeah,
they had to go back.
I ran at
to pick up more ammo.
That happened all day.
Hold on, I'm gonna impersonate Bert badly from Tremors. I am totally and completely out of ammo.
You did that. You did that to me
multiple times.
That was our goal. But the biggest thing. So Saturday when we finished up Saturday, by the time we finished up Saturday, unfortunately, for U.S. troops, we're fortunate for the runners. Runners won by just over 100 points, literally, and it was a good count back and forth. It was just the fights were awesome. Everybody had a great time. We saw some things that we can change up for next time, like maybe move the talks out to the field at further ends. But it was it was just awesome. I mean, the camaraderie, the sportsmanship, the integrity was just, I don't know where it came from. It was a beautiful sight to see. Our admins worked their butts off out there on the field. There was no fights. There was no there was some minor arguments. I mean, some voices were raised like you normally do and stuff like that, but it didn't last long because both COs and XOs kept everybody reeled in when it came to that stuff. So I can't commend you guys more. I wish Rage could be on here, but I can't commend you guys more for the work you did and the way you worked with him. And it was funny on one of the rushes when I was actually out on the field in the middle of the town, was watching Steve with just a radio in hand, wrangling the troops in like the Pied Piper. They were following him into the middle.
That was our communist strategy.
Towards the end, there it was just
throw meat at them.
Part of the strategy.
We're going to clog up their barrels with bodies.
So it didn't just go decent. It was just awesome. It was a great time. It makes me happy that I did what I did. And our mission statement about bringing the air, where we have a new logo for it, and it goes, when airsoft becomes more. And that's the goal of Nu Breed Airsoft, is to bring the level of airsofters up to the milsim level where they can actually go to the bigger named events. And that was the main reason I got into airsoft and decided that I was going to become an event producer. And it's just, it was awesome.
So let's talk about
we're going to run a PW event.
Players wanted event.
Immediately the screen.
So you want me there, but you don't want me running it, because actually what I do is I know how to, what is the word I'm looking at? Delegate.
Yes. He's a great
Joker
delegator.
does a good Joker does a great job of this too with his events also. When it comes to the way the event is run, except for this Nikolai dude, I have no clue where he comes from. But except for the Nikolai dude, everything else, we run pretty close to the same way, from registration all the way to the very end to the prize thing. Although I did learn that during raffles at the end, you need to have lights, and I kind of forgot to bring in extra light because it got dark faster. It speeded it up. Yes, it did. It didn't take forever.
I'm like, this was like,
but I had power.
I was like,
I completely just forgot about it. And thanks to John Logan for a lot of things, because that man and his wife Astrid were phenomenal out there working on the field and making sure that we had everything we needed. I just completely forgot to set up lights for the raffle. But people had a great time. I haven't
definitely set
seen
a
if
timer.
there's anything negative out there. People are hiding it from me.
All right, everybody.
Good thing.
It's dark. It's getting cold.
Did we
get
get
out.
naked? No, I did not get naked. Sorry, it was too damn cold to get naked.
I wouldn't have seen anything.
In some of the videos, my nipples were protruding from my shirt. That's how cold it was.
Yeah, no, there was no
do that in 100-degree heat.
It was really funny.
No shirtless wieners. No shirtless wieners or naked wieners out. Well, I don't know about that part. Well,
thumbs.
not for me, anyways.
It was really funny because you turned a wiener.
Oh my god, my thumb! You should see my thumb. Look, let's see if we can see it.
No, I'm saying your nipples are let.
Oh wow, yeah.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Look at my thumb. It's split open. Try texting with a thumb that's split open at the top because it was so damn cold. And then Saturday night, before I stayed Saturday night camping out because other people staying camping out Saturday night, but my generator quit. I was so tired.
Oh, I was awake when that happened.
It got down to the 20s. Yeah, you were. My generator quit in the middle of the night, and the temperature dropped to the 20s, I think is what it was. And dumbass me, my heater wasn't working right because I left the generator sitting on start, not turned it to run. So it overloaded the power. So I was like,
his generator went out about an hour after my heater ran out of gas.
Yeah. So you could have come and snuggled. I had an extra cot in the room.
So
in the tent.
I'll go through and say it like this. When it came down to the raffle, because we're gonna go like break the portion by portion here with my version. I'm glad we got the summary from Weiner. But I turned to Weiner, I was like, everybody's gathered for the raffle, everybody's waiting to go, and I was like, sun's getting kind of low, big fella. Might want to get this moving along. What? Okay, yeah, let's get going.
It's cold. It's getting colder.
It's getting colder. Some of us want to go.
But everybody was still sitting out front, so the body heat from the crowd wasn't too bad. But
it was radiating.
And then the phones came out to light everything up, so that helped out. Everybody popped the phones out. John Obrador, which is XO for the runners, he was phenomenal throughout the whole day, working with everything too. It's just I picked a great. I picked a great team. Wait, did I say I? I think I said I.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was the runners.
The teams,
XO.
the XOCOs. Well, actually, you guys picked your own XOs, so you lucked out when you got Spanky over here or down there.
Hey, they got actually these two.
No, it was
actually had a great forward operating commander, because when I was in that 3-story, Except for a few times.
I mean, we hired an expert.
Yeah, somebody who's been there before.
There was one point Steve's like, Commander Joker, what's the situation in the city? Commander Joker, what's the situation in the city? I go, it's getting a little hairy here.
It was followed by
because he kept calling it. He goes, what's the situation? I was like, we're kind of dying.
It's worse than it was a minute ago.
No, we pushed it
Yeah,
back.
I will say I don't know how you guys managed it, but the comms are on point. So it just worked out for both sides.
So I do have the video.
I know how that I know how that happened. You can thank Drew for that. Rage. I mean, good God, Little Reaper. You can thank him for that.
All right.
So he made sure that they had radios that matched stars.
Thank you, Brandon.
We're able to communicate comms back and forth.
This guy right here did most of the work.
It was actually.
Yeah, that's usually what a good XO does.
Yeah.
Let's see. A good CO will have a good XO who does most of the work, and you get to sit there.
Why do you think I asked?
And
the first one I asked, the second you asked me.
And that good XL delegates out to platoon leaders.
That's right. Delegates from there. Yep, breaks it down even more.
All right. So,
but I'll do it again. I will stay with this for a while. I enjoyed it. I'll do it again for you all. The fans, the players, the facility too, for that matter. Everybody, stepped up, bent over backwards, had a blast. I want to keep this momentum going. This will be awesome for a second event for Nu Breed Airsoft.
Steve, did you bend over
it was
backwards?
definitely a plus. Oh, I got to take a breath. Am I holding my breath too long?
Steve, did you bend over backwards for him?
All right. So I do want to share the beginning start of the game from the runner side.
He bent over
Stampede! I want to be a fat boy ranger. Yay, hard run.
You made it a quarter of the way, guys.
You want to be where you are.
That was just like the beginning run.
Hey guys, is there an alligator over there?
You guys didn't even make it to the very end. Yeah, that's awesome.
He takes it 25 yards.
That would have stopped about 10 minutes.
So I will say,
you got the first capture point.
That was also funny. Like, I'm radioing the first capture point. I was like, Joker to command. I'm checking my radio. I was like, these fuckers aren't answering me. So I keep going through Joker to command. I was like, hey, Skippy McGee. Steve then answers, go for command. I was like, is this how this is going to go?
Use a code word.
I was like, we got a box here. And they go, where? I was like, you really can't see me? And I'm like standing out, waving my arms from this down the road. I was like, I'm right here.
I'm over there looking at Steve.
What's up, Augie?
There's Augie. Augie, you missed out on a great one. You would have loved it out there.
I wonder if Mark's standing behind that big guy in the Hawaiian shirt.
It was hilarious because it's like we get the first box and it's like, all right, we're gonna push, and then we pushed right into 3-story. When we pushed to the 3-story, and you got up and you get like for that location, the 3-story is so powerful. Like the military just did not. Maybe they knew, but they didn't know, or at least they didn't do an effective way to get us out of there. Because
they found out in about the first 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, when I got up there, I started calling everything in. I was like, all right, well, this is where I live now.
I need a chair.
So we were given a medic bag with the water bottles, and I was like, and I called and asked a question. I was like, how many bottles of water can one person use? And they go, well, if one person could use them all up, but then that's wasting it for others. I was like, bet, heard. And I said, don't you leave that water bag right there. And that's where that lived for every single Evo, was right beside Overwatch, because yeah, there's definitely some things that go down. So the first Evo, the military had a hell of a time trying to push into the city. I think for like the first hour and a half, they couldn't get past bridges, right? I think it wasn't until I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm bored up on 3-story. Let me push across the bridge. I said, I had 8 people with me. I said, we're pushing across the bridge. You all ready with me? Let's go. We rushed it. I got to the guard shack, went to turn inside to go into the guard shack. I got shot 15 times in my back. Put my hand up, said hit, turn around, and there is nobody. Nobody followed. I was like, so I know how this game's going to go. I'm gonna when I respawn, I'm gonna go right back to 3-story, and I'll just be Overwatch telling people where to go. The only person that came was why am I drawing a blank on his name? The owner of Black Tiger Airsoft.
Oh, Danny.
Danny, that's right. I was like,
Yep.
Tony is wrong. Why is Tony in my head? Because I have to call Tony. That's why.
Tony. Because Augie's on. So
and I was like, Daniel shows up. Danny shows up, and he gets behind the two guys. Like he's running across the bridge. The two guys are across the J barrier by the two trees, and he gets past them, and they don't shoot him. So then he goes, "Can I medic you?" And I don't say a single word. I don't say medic. I don't say anything. And then he catches on. I'm not saying medic because it's dangerous. He pops up, sees one, shoots him. The other guy had his dead rag out, but he had his gun out. And that was a couple of problems that is going to be for my final thoughts portion. But it's like he shoots him. He goes to come over. And as soon as he goes to come over to medic me up, he gets shot from our own team. Our own teammates shoot him. Absolutely fantastic. I respawn. I was like, I die. I go back to respawn. When I come back to respawn, that was like when the one of two times I yelled the entire day. I go back and there is military 30, 40 feet outside of our spawn shooting into our talk. Now the talks are supposed to be free spaces. I'm annoyed. I'm pissed off. So I decided to run forward and start shooting them. Well, in my initial runs, I pulled something in my nether regions, and I was not bending over. So I leaned up against a tree, took my dead rag out, and then somebody did try to use me as cover, and I moved.
All warmed up for bending over. Jeez.
A little bit. I'd like move my legs so he could keep using me as cover. The guy kept shooting me, and he goes, "I'm going to shoot you in the dick until you sit down." I was like, "I'm not sitting down. Stop shooting me. I am dead," waving my dead rag. The only thing that worked in their favor is I only have audio of it because the GoPro froze. Video froze. So you hear all the yelling.
We got hurt again. We broke out the violins for him. I thought we were going to have to break out the too, but
Top shows up, and Top comes over, and he's having a conversation with me. I was like, "You guys are supposed to be," it's like, "You're not supposed to shoot into the talks." "Well, they're being shot." I was like, "Yeah, because you're in our fucking talk. They're supposed to be at least 100 feet away. Did you not listen to the safety brief?" You know, it's like, so Top goes over to talk to Beowulf and Steve. So then I bleed out. I walk over, and I'm still annoyed. I was like, they're still there shooting at our players in the talk. So I guess by the time I walked up, Top and Justin had a conversation, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna pull the guys out." And then Steve goes, "I was like, I want those guys out of here." Steve goes, "Go shoot them," and then Justin goes, "Yeah, go shoot them." So I go running forward and I shoot them, and then Top's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Shooting them. They're shooting at me in my talk. I'm shooting them." He goes, "We just came to an agreement." I was like, "Is the agreement for them to die? Because I'm on board for that."
There was an agreement, but the people were still shooting. So,
Yep.
No, you didn't have to shoot me. The guys across the way shot me, not you, sir, because they lit me up before I even when I got to the tree, and then it continued to light me up.
Problem solved, problem stand solved. Rangers lead the way.
Yeah. So we roped off the area, got back in there. I got back up to the 3rd story. When I got back up to the 3rd story, the military really was having a problem getting into the city. We had effective control. Like there was only one area that they can get into the city from, and that was they couldn't cross the bridge because we had that on lockdown. We had at one point in time 4 LMGs. 2 of them are miniguns up on top of the 3-story, just raining hate.
Hey Joe.
Hey Joe.
No, Grackles. It's not a matter of the stretching properly. It's a matter of I'm aggravating an old injury. Is what's happening
because you're getting heavier.
Yeah, that too. I'm getting fatter too. Thank you, sir. We didn't really need to address that.
I just had to point it out. I'm actually, if you guys see my face, it's actually starting to.
He clenched his cloaca too tight.
Say that 3 times fast.
Should have just crossed the creek like adults. Now they were trying to cross the creek and they were trying to get in, but what happened was with all the LMGs and you had a couple guys with rifles like mine that could reach the other side of the creek. I was hitting.
Gotta go back to work.
Yeah, William Anthony and Toucan with the miniguns. There was a couple of great pushes with those, especially at this. We'll talk about the second Evo in a second, but we were just stopping them from effectively getting past the second story Connex, the yellow Connex and the red Connex in the back. We held them pinched there, and whoever was on the other side of the prison that's in there.
Al Bundy. Oh my god.
The boat guy. God.
I'm saying we. I'm not saying I. I'm saying we. A lot.
I'm not even counting anymore. Yes, you are saying we. You are saying
yeah.
we. I'll give you
because I'll tell you one thing. When it came to, so at the start of the first Evo, the Ohio crew and Tactical Ninja, their job was to go cause chaos. That was our main focus and job. When I did my bad thing, I decided chaos is out of the question. Now I'll just rain hate from above. There's my I comment. So they were out there and they pushed across the creek several times from inside the city. But the problem was there was just too many on the other side. We couldn't get enough as the runners. We couldn't get enough bodies together to effectively push across and cut off.
Joker throws him through the mountains.
What does a bull look like? That was second Evo, I think.
So
the bull was the second Evo.
We're getting there. For the first Evo, I think effectively we held that city. There was not a single point in time that as far as I remember, there was not a point in time when the military got past the sections I talked about. A couple tried to wrap around to the northeast side to go over, effectively cut off our access into the city, and that got shut down. And there was one sniper that was back there that was pinging the hell out of us. That dude hit me 3 times in the head, but because we had the water station up there, is what I'm calling it, the water medic revives, I was just like, I get hit 3 times, drink some water, go. Now the downside, the only real downside to this, right, besides like having the people get up there and revive and all that, was you really have to go pee.
That's what the water bottles are for.
You can refill the water bottle.
No, I was told specifically you had to crunch up the water bottle and put it back in the bag. So that's what I did every single time. So here I am up there. I was like, I died like I think when I had to use the 4th medic bottle, and one of the guy goes, because I was being bait a lot, so people knew I was up there. People like taking shots at me, so we didn't know exactly where somebody was. So I'd go out into the open and pating, get shot in the head. And I was like, get mediced up. He's like, he's right there, right in that corner. Let's get him. And after like the 4th bottle, I was like, oh, that was a mistake. He goes, what? I was like, man, do I have to pee? And then we pretty much ran the entire clock out for the first Evo, just holding down the city. That's my perspective of the first Evo. Beowulf, do you have your perspectives of the first Evo?
Oh, I'm sure Steve will agree with me. It was an absolute knockdown, drag-out fight from go. Wait,
no, I bet those are mine.
Those are his.
Yeah, those are mine.
Well, going into it, thankfully having the local knowledge of Steve, my XO, and Scott, my Florida chapter guys who play there, we knew the city was going to be the pivotal point. And just looking at the map and just looking at it when they walk me around, you see the choke points to it. So we knew if we could set up there going into it, that was absolutely crucial to anything that we were going to attempt to do. We did not know, we knew it was going to be a focus of the day, but we did not realize it was going to be the focus of the entire day. Holding it, getting back into it when we lost it, delivering mortar strikes, JDAMs, you name it, back and forth, just trying to move pieces around the board. Even with the stuff going on at the talk and all of that.
Thank you, Lori.
Hell of a push, because when go was called, the mass waiver runners run or fast walk or jogged. Look, I was trying to help you. Okay.
Look, I know where my
All right. Well,
That is true. That's a good description. I like
we'll
that.
call it like it is. All right. Somebody did the mall power walk like the old folks. The arms were moving fast, but the legs weren't. But from the word go, our main body took off. We had
Snatcher. Shut up.
turned some forces to go try to harass and skirmish on that side to basically do what the military forces were doing to us, but they sent way more and dedicated way more to that flank. And it was a good fight, both from the squad or two that we were rotating in and out, fighting them right there just outside of the talk for most of the morning, and then into the city and everything that happened from there. Hats off to all the runner players, because they damn sure put in the damn work. Because again, brutal, nasty fight. Everybody was coming back every few minutes. Just, I'm out of ammo again. Walking off field. I'll be right back. Like they're running off, coming back. People coming back to me with mags. Do you have a loader? I'm loading mags for people at the talk. Like, here you go. Do you have any mags? I'm like, sure. Here, take that. Go. Fine.
Let me rephrase. When I say I ran out of ammo, I'm not talking about the ammo that was on my body. I'm not talking about the ammo that was in my Odin. I'm talking about I went through 3 full bottles of .32 HPA BBs.
And that's somebody running semi-automatic.
Wait, three and a half, because you gave me a half.
Actually, no, he's got that spam going on with the finger, but no, he wasn't.
That I wasn't. Well, hold on here.
It was just awesome to see. I mean,
again, hell of a fight.
People were having a blast. I mean, I didn't hear. It was
right, and even with the walk-on players, all these brand new players that we had, both sides had walking on.
Yep.
The different squads picking up the kids and having them go with them, and
yes, and I commend everybody for that. That was
and
that's
everybody that
we got new lifetime players now.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for the next event.
One of the first things Steve said going in, he's like, look, I want everybody staged up before they go in. We made damn sure that we did not let anybody just filter in. We held them there in groups, sent them in groups, so there was a constant wave after wave after wave hitting the city, which I think helped us hold it. But again, we were using some like straight up communist tactics, so it was just meat for the grinder, baby.
Oh yeah. How's the city? Need more bodies. How's the city? Need more bodies.
Right. Got more coming. Hey, little kid, follow that group. Okay. You'll be fine. Just go. There he goes. Good luck.
Even the one kid who was terrified of going out there, he had a blast. Once he got to start shooting some targets, he had a blast. Yeah. Parents cross.
Oh shit! You wanted me to share the screen. Holy crap! Let's take advantage of this.
That is.
Wait, hold on.
Joker, come in.
Go for Joker.
Hey, I'm pushing another squad to you guys for reinforcements. Tight hold up.
Log pause for Steve.
We just figured you formulate your thoughts.
Heard.
Hold on.
Heard.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm going to be taking advantage of this since we can actually share the screen right now, and it's allowing me to do it. So, here was a good part in the second Evo. You can't see it well, but that's Whiffle picking up a grenade and throwing it back in. Whiffle, I didn't get you actually grabbing that grenade. Sorry, bro. Holy crap.
No, don't want it.
Yeah, he did not. It was. Here, I'm just going to do that since we're allowed to share and we have the audio. I just don't want to get rid of it. Yeah, you can. Anthony, dude, I'm trying to find video as we're doing this AAR, but I'm probably going to have to do a second one where I get all the funny bits of what happened. Like at one point, Anthony during the second Evo is using his minigun and he goes too low and it hits the lower lip of the window ricochets right into a new player's back of his head, and that dude goes down. I was like, and I couldn't help but laugh because it was funny. It was funny. I was like, "Are you okay, dude?" Yeah, okay. And he's like, "What'd I do?" I was like, "You ricocheted the shit out of his back of his head."
Good job, One Eye. Good job.
I know he was hoping to get that one on. It was just, I saw the grenade go, and I'm standing there because I'm reviving with water, and I'm just like, shit. And I was expecting an explosion. All of a sudden, it didn't blow up. I was like, ooh. But I saw him go for it. So, and it looked like a Tag 67, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be bad.
One thing, real quick, just I want to say thank you to Drew Tingle for writing this event and making it extra dickish. and he knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, we're gonna get into the second Evo in a minute, okay? All right, so here's one thing I did want to share. Like, this is the second time I yelled, and both of them were in the first Evo. Then I had something to eat, and I was better. You see that guy right there with that surprisingly red thing on top of his head? Can you see it?
No.
The dead rag.
Yeah.
Look on your head! Look on your head! Your dead rag's on!
Don't.
Oops. That's happened. That's happened. I've done that before. Crap before.
So why I was annoyed was
I was in a
because
dead rag
I
as a
literally
gang
shot his
killer.
partner. I was gonna shoot the guy that you saw on the other side, and then here's this dude shooting at me with his dead rag on. I get hit, and I'm like, really? Yeah, the lunch break helped out a lot.
And that he took offense to.
Steve, did you have anything else for the first Evo that you wanted
I
to
had
share?
a lot to say. Well, first off, I had a banger time, right? I got a chance to go out there, Stalin style, with my dictatorship over radio,
Shake and bake.
guiding the troops. Oh,
There it is.
there it is. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. The first Evo, really set the playing field. When we came back from lunch, I was expecting it to be a little, kind of like drop off. We kind of hit that climax right before lunch, and no, it didn't. So, but definitely for the first Evo, we we went ahead and gathered the troops, and we had a big force push behind the house, just straight at the guys, hoping that was enough to deter them from getting into the city right off the bat. And then we had some other, a good portion of the troops kind of like go out towards the fence and come back to get into the city. So hopefully we had, enough troops in there to hold the city right off the bat, because we knew that was going to be at least what we thought was going to be somewhat combative. Turned out to be all combative. But the great part about it was Rage and his team did the exact same thing. So They rushed us right behind the house. So we had one of the biggest conflicts of the entire game was actually right behind the house. And, it was, so many people dying, but, it really.
Me and Steve were sitting in a talk like, wow, they sent a lot over here.
Wait.
And they kept doing it. They kept sending guys. It was all, both first and second Evo. They were sending guys over that side, and it was one of those things that was kind of eerie at times to see so many camo guys coming through the backside and being like, well, they're over there. But yeah, and then
sword and
we
shield.
had an opportunity to push.
Don't forget the Knights Templar rushing us.
Oh, we had this guy with a two-handed sword and a shield run up to the guys, taking all the shots into the shield and like running up trying to knife these guys. And Beowulf looks over at me and goes, "Do you see this?" Yeah, I see it. All right.
I saw this shield next to the palmettos, and I'm sitting there looking like, Steve, do you what's that? Do you see that? Like,
Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
He fit behind this tiny little shield, which would probably cover like most of our torsos in here.
Yeah, he was
I'm like, Like what? It's like a little.
And just you wasn't supposed to have the shield out there, and there was no melee weapons like that supposed to be out there. But he snuck it back on, and
But
it ended up being some hilarity.
the moment of the mass like combat in front of us, and we're sitting there taking that in. You know, we're taking turns directing forces and all that, and I'm just like, hey, Steve, what is that? What is that?
What is that?
Because you couldn't see the kid behind it at first. You just see this little Knights Templar cross pop out behind a palmetto, and you're like, is that legs poking out from under that? And it's like, then he takes off running with his sword.
It was moving towards a group of like 5 guys, and they're just lighting his shield up. And he's just like,
I'm looking at the admin. I'm like, is that allowed? I go, Drew, are swords and shields allowed? I was not told this. How did I miss this? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was
a good time.
It added the hilarity of some of the events and stuff. But.
I will say, like, you know, like, so I gotta save this project as game 1. You know, there's a reason why I don't allow riot shields.
They weren't allowed at my event either. It just was one of those.
But
things.
you know what? It's one of those things that if it happens at an event, happening at an event like this is the right event to have it to, because
yes,
you know, you get the innocence of the stuff that's going down. Right. And
it was handled quickly. Who was that? Was it Astrid I had? Who was that with me? Who was that?
Astrid. Yeah, Astrid was over there. Yeah,
Astrid looked at me like,
"Yep,
what?"
She's like, not my house.
I think she grabbed the kid by the ear. I'm not sure. She went mom.
No,
come here. No, I think the kid came back and played and everything was fine. But it was
yeah.
So
it was funny. It was funny. That's okay. But yes, if something like that's going to happen, it's going to happen at one of these events because of what we're trying to teach everybody. It was good.
I got a good laugh out of it.
Oh, I'm sure you weren't the only one.
I mean, there was a solid couple of like moments of just straight confusion of. No.
The best part was is as the admin was coming up, he's tapping people with it. like 90 them.
The people behind the tree were looking at him like,
what do I do?
Stop. Quit poking me.
He had his 5 minutes of fame, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did.
God, there was like so many of these great moments that happened. Like, I'm waiting for a video right now to finish uploading so I could share it with you all, because there was one guy and I forgot to give him a patch, but we're going to talk about that when we start talking about Evo 2. So we had lunch, and as Weiner said, Greg had an entire assembly line for lunch. Like, I go over there because I was like, I need BBs. I look at the line, I said, I don't need BBs that bad, and I walked away. That's because I got what I typically do, which is not so much a joke at Greg. It's just because I want the ease of having the meal when I want it. I got pub subs for myself and for Ange, which, by the way, can we give a shout out to her real quick for deciding to come on a whim and then helping out as much as she can?
Ange did good. She did good. She was cold as hell, but she did good.
Yeah, she stole my jacket, brat.
Yeah. No, she was good. She helped out, a lot on the side. She didn't go on the field much, unless I wasn't there. She probably did. But
she was on the field
at least when I saw her, she was,
because I shot her once.
She's over on the U.S. troop sides, helping get, making sure people were going on and off the field the way they should be going on and off the field. So, mags out, math,
right.
iPro, all that good stuff.
And that was run very well on both sides with I had Astrid and Smurf on my side checking people as they came in for patches and everything, and good work for those two.
I tell you what, though, this whole event would never have gone off without Drew Tingle, better known as Little Reaper. The guy wrote the storyline, wrote the fragos and missions and stuff. He had at one point he was not going to run out of the missions because he has over, I forget, I want to say like 300 and some different missions we could have run out there over the day and that whole day. The whole day.
We didn't have time for it. We're too busy killing each other.
Killing each other. And he did say, he did warn everybody that we would run out of BBs. And sure enough,
no shields.
Ran out of BBs.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely takeaway for me and this guy is tell everybody bring your BBs and crap to the talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
You'd
I
have to go back
had
in the
enough.
parking lot. And you can actually you were actually allowed to reload in the field too. So if you had the speed loaders and things like that, you could have reloaded in the field. That's for this event. Some events you're not allowed to bring. You know, you have to go back to your talk or your FOB or something. But yeah, I don't know. I just knew people were coming on and off and were happy and smiling. There that day, I didn't have any complaints at all. You know, everything was saved till the after because everybody's having too much fun and wanted to get back in there right away. So it's just
The
big
biggest
hats off
complaint was people trying to
to
sex a
Drew.
cow.
What's that?
So let's talk about Evo.
What?
Two
Evo
after
2.
lunch.
Yeah. After lunch happens, everybody's nice and full. Yes, I had my goddamn Snickers. And why am I being messaged? Oh, all right.
Yep, just going.
1 second.
I need to go get my sushi. My sushi's sitting inside.
Ew, how long has it been sitting there?
Not very long.
Room temperature sushi.
Oh, it's in the fridge. Me saying sit inside, it's sitting inside in the fridge.
Is it
So,
from a gas station?
No, it's Publix. Publix has good
Public
sushi.
sushi.
Yeah, any bet.
The event went really well. Everybody did have a blast, but so when everybody had their
Brainerd,
lunch
it would have gone
and
better for you
everybody
there. You would have had fun.
he would have been fun.
Brainerd
He would have had his his 240s or his 2 M60s, and he just would have been like, "Arr!" and
It's
killing
beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
We start Evo 2, right? And when
This
Evo
bastard.
2 starts, we did the same sort of run. We run and we jogged, and it's like, but we knew that there was pre-deployed people. So I figured as soon as we get to the city, because we went and checked to make sure we had our box captured, which we got again at the chicken coop. I said that the chicken coop was touchdown. Let's go to the 3-story. As soon as we got out there, going right into 3-story was not going to happen. There was people that were infested in 3-story. They had
wasn't it pre-deployed on the second Evo?
It was pre-deployed on second
Yep.
Evo.
Both sides had
Both sides,
pre-deployed.
both sides had somebody pre-deployed. Yep.
So they were pre-deployed right inside of my precious 3-story, and I wanted that 3-story back. So we start off the fight. We're going forward, and we're pushing in. We're getting lit up from different directions. Went through a couple of the medic bag ones. It was really funny because Marky Mark just folded at one point. I was like, he's dead. So finally, it's just like, fuck it, run, get in there. So we got in. We had the first floor. We start pushing up to the second floor. We get to the second floor, and we're just trying to take. That's when the grenade thing happened, and then these two decide, you know what, we don't like the 3-story anymore. We're just gonna JDam it, and then the call comes in, and it's like everybody in the 3-story is dead, and I start laughing because I had died. A guy came up from behind, shot me, shot Marky Mark, and I was like, okay, cool. We shot Wiffle. We're like, all right, we're dead.
Correction, we didn't fire that one. That one was them. They fired the first one. We fired the retaliation one.
No, it's the other way around.
Nope.
So you mean to tell me you fuckers blew me up?
Yep.
No,
we
Yeah.
told them to.
At least once.
Whenever
We
the
asked
first-
specifically where Mark was.
Because you need to think about this carefully, sir.
Friendly
because
fire.
I got into that 3-story, called in that we're on the second floor pushing for 3-story, and then it got JDammed and killed everybody inside.
The first one was them.
Yeah, they fired the first one. We fired the second one because they had just hit us, and they took the thing, and we're like, well, crap.
We turned everybody back. And
No.
in.
We were in the 3-story. We were up top, and you guys JDammed us.
We called
The spoils
and
of war.
We called, and before anything happened, it was when we only had the first floor.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's right. The second time
Holy crap.
was
Look
the
at
thing
that.
that
Mark was
pissed me
wrong.
off. It was the thing that annoyed me was the nuke. And I'm trying to find the nuke video right now.
Yeah, the nuke was
That
well,
was
after
different.
that. Yeah, that was
The
after
first
that.
JDam was them because they couldn't get into the third story because we took it over after the pre-deployment. So they worked their way in, and they pulled them back just enough to where they hit you guys with the mortar strike, cleared the building out, took it, and then we responded immediately back with another one, and we hit them and cleared them back out. And then it was basically ordnance war at that point. We were just driving stuff left and right.
Right.
Yes, JDM.
That's when the gold bars started dropping left and right too, and everybody was running them back.
So I'm gonna have to go through. I'm gonna have to find where we. Oh wait,
It
hold on.
take them out
our
of play.
skit.
It took out everybody in them.
Oh yeah,
Including me. That was
well,
up
that was
there.
the question I had was about pink mist. So I'm like, do we turn into pink mist? And then like Garcia's like, come on, let's go. I was like, I'm not leaving yet. I need to know if we're pink mist or not. And then I asked Drew, and Drew goes, yeah, you're pink mist. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh man, I got to wait.
All right, I'm just trying to find the part in the video.
Yeah, so the way the ordinance dropped at that point is they dropped theirs, cleared you guys out. We dropped ours, cleared them back out, and then there was like a moment of silence. Then Justin, we got word that they were taking out the northeast side, so Justin dropped the airstrike, which took out 2 grids.
Oh, the airstrike. That's right.
Yep, he hit the airstrike with the 2 grids, came back, and then this moved into then what we were fighting for that flag, which was I believe it was a Frago.
It was.
Or a mission of some kind.
Yeah, we were the opposite side of the Frago.
We were working on making sure that flag was flipped over from green to tan, and that's what fired off the nuke. Because we failed it, so or failed or didn't fully finish it, and that's what happened.
So we get J-damned. Everybody walks out from both sides. You had guys then run in behind us, and then we walk back to the respawn. I was like, we got J-damned. I'm gonna go back. I'm taking Mech 3 story. That now makes perfect sense why when we went back for the second time, it was easier to get into the 3 story when we got there.
That is called CO and XO planning.
Yeah,
strategery.
That was like when it happened, it was like, all right, cool, we're back inside. And then they call about this flag, and we're like, where the fuck is this flag? And then I see it on the ground in the middle of the road. I was like, all right, flip it over. So a guy runs into open battles, runs over, flips it, runs back, and jumps back over the Jersey dam, the Jersey barrier. And it's like, yeah, we got it. Next thing you know, like a minute later, everybody's dead in the city. We're like, what the? But we flipped the flag. Only tan is showing. It had to be flat. Were you guys told it had to be flat? Huh?
May have missed that part.
No, we got information that we needed to flip the flag. We didn't get the specifics, but that was also one of those things that we didn't really have the opportunity to sit down and discuss. Like, hey, so when we flip this thing over, is it like perfectly flat, semi-flat? And to be honest with you, I was on the ground level when I don't remember the guy's name. He comes around and like full sprint, goes to slide and change it, and then misses it and has to like fumble around a flat, and he flips it, and then he runs away. He lives, and then I was like, oh, that was awesome. Good job, man. Good slide. He slid.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that thing goes off. Everybody's dead. I'm like, all right.
I was like, the look on my face, I looked over to the people that were there. I was like,
yeah.
But even with that, everybody came back. We
we
rallied back up and went right back to work.
So the military knew that nuclear bomb was going to go off, and they waited on the outside of the city. So as soon as it happened, they rushed in and took 3 story. And I said, don't get comfortable. I'm coming right back. And we did. And we pushed back up, and we took it, and they never took it again. I mean, they tried. Now,
you know where saving grace for that was, right? Was right outside, because I was on the outskirts. I was on that back side where guys were starting to funnel in at that main entrance there. And we had a group of guys hiding behind the mound, and I was just yelling at them to get their butts in the city and push forward. Well, they held back, and there was like 5 guys or 4 guys to that mound. Well, we all got nuked. Well, they were technically outside of the city. So as soon as everybody died, they rushed in. Well, because the camo guys were hanging out and they started rushing in, they didn't think there was going to be any resistance. So those guys came in the bottom floor and started mopping them as soon as they were coming in on the other side. And it caused the whole debacle. So by the time you guys had a chance to respawn and come back, it wasn't nearly as bad as what we thought it was going to be.
They were
No,
in
because
contact.
we had problems on a couple of the outskirts buildings, which I want to give a shout out to the guy in the ghillie suit that was in the 2-story red Connex for almost all of Evo 2. And I say almost all because this guy was like a pain in my ass, mostly a pain in my head, because he just kept. I mean, we couldn't get him out. We couldn't
Now you
get
know
him
the
out.
feeling everybody else has.
Yeah. But this was one of my happiest moments.
Line, fence line. 5, 6, big push. Big push. Got him. Yeah, about fucking time.
It was a great move because I finally
Oh,
took
look,
him
one
out.
eye helped.
Yeah, one eye did help, but I was
Ah,
like, I
help.
was trying to curve. I was trying to use the wind to curve it around the window. So as soon as it got in, it got taken. It hit.
Okay.
And-
Calm down, Angelina Jolie.
And that's what happened. Look, the wind was a huge factor in this game.
Well,
I
yes, you're
saw
in the third
people
story.
taking shots, and they were just coming in like. There was one guy that kept claiming that he was hitting us inside the 3-story. But if you hear it from our perspective, he's like, I got him. I know I got him. He's not getting it inside the building. It's because the BBs are hitting the side. You can hear the side is getting peppered. Which, if
yeah,
you
when
haven't
you're
been
down on the
inside,
ground, you can't tell there's a wall there.
yeah,
You honestly can't tell.
yeah, it's. I mean, especially when you're shooting from a distance. So it was taking and controlling the 3-story was a hell of a lot of fun. I ran out of ammo up there. Had to borrow the other Anthony's mags. So I went through like 3 of his mags. It was one of his 250 EPM ones. I went through 3 of them bad boys to finish out the I'm like, I am completely 100% out of ammo. Look, there's nothing inside my loader. It was great. It really was. Evo 2, they did a better job of getting across the creek and getting into those buildings that harassed the hell out of us quite a bit. So they started pushing the woods line to cut off and try to cut us off.
I think
from
they had
getting
it
into the city.
wrapped on all sides a little bit better and coordinated.
Yeah, they did a great job at that. In
Oh,
fact, there was a point after the nuke, me and Justin looked at each other and said, no, we're just going to do our best to duke this out, but we don't think we've got this anymore.
Mhm.
We honestly felt like, oh crap, here it goes. And and at that point too, you start towards 3/4 of the way through the second Evo, you started noticing the player count drop a little bit too. And so I'm assuming it was happening not just on our side, but their side. Everybody was getting tired and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was they did a hell of a job. I was super impressed.
Well,
So,
Steve, let me bring this up real quick. Because I felt like this is about the time the walk-on started pouring on a little bit more. I felt like we had more players at the beginning of Evo 2 than we did at the beginning of Evo 1.
we did.
By a lot.
Yeah, we did. Because there was so many new. I'm like, as they're coming in, like you said, we were staging everybody, and so I was getting a lot of coming in. As soon as they came in, we would stage them up and be like, hey, this is the plan. This is where you're going. Doing a lot of directives. And you're right. Right after lunch, and we got through there. It was definitely more heads than there was at the beginning of the first Evo. So.
Yeah, show of hands. Who wants to see Steve in like jack boots and like puffy pants with like a riding crop at the next event? He's my XO. Anybody like me? Am I the only
I
one?
do it. I do it.
Ah, there you go. He got the shiny boots.
Hey, I tell you what, you take a poll, and if there's more yeses than nos, then I'll do it. And no one versus
Are we actually going to drop the?
I think Dade County's already in with that. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll make it better. If you make a post on it and you get over 100 likes on it, 100 likes,
That's
meaning
it?
yes.
100 likes? Just 100
100
likes to have you in
I'll do
Do
it.
it, Joker. Do it.
I might have to raise my bar a little bit because I was talking about Joker's doing it and it's 1,000 likes, but
I'm just saying, we need a scarf and aviators.
Well, I was, with this being one of the first events that I've really had an opportunity to be leadership, right? I've done some stuff in the past, but nothing to this scale. And so I was really excited to be able to come in and kind of take over. I've been to so many events, hundreds of events I've been to since I initially started playing. And so being able to finally take role in that leadership, I kind of, in my head was like, I'm going to take everything I've learned and hopefully apply it as best as I can. And I know there was some stuff that I definitely couldn't.
And you did a fantastic job, sir.
Well, thank you. I had a lot of fun, and I never realized playing leadership like that was going to be as much fun as it was.
Right.
So, Justin, as long as you're going to ever allow me to be the XO man, I'd love to do it. So, shake and bake, baby, shake and bake.
This was another funny moment. This is what Garcia was talking about, the war crime.
Hey, shut up!
Was that top?
That was top.
Oh man.
What was great was I got to shoot top a few times this game.
That's right.
Top was trying to do top things by taking out these two in the CPs, but they weren't. They weren't there.
It wasn't allowed.
Like
Guntruck
hey, top
was actually out on the field because
Mm-hmm.
he tried pushing the city a couple times. And didn't you get inside a 3-story? Yeah, you were
Me?
because you're there up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
with no weapon.
No,
Oh, he had-
no,
no.
I was armed
He had
with
a
a
gun.
radio, sir.
That's it.
No, actually, no. The
Night, Gert.
first eagle, I did have my gun.
Yeah, he had a Mac 10. He had like a little Uzi with him.
Did you say a Mac 10 child?
I changed it and I said an Uzi.
No, I'm sorry. Totally different caliber, totally different look.
Oh! Somebody flip something.
Look, the only thing I saw was the back end of it, and it looked like an Uzi to me. So
Is that how you do things in life? Just look at the back end and be like, yeah, that's what it is.
don't care.
That's how
What?
him and Weiner became friends.
Yeah, but no, I think I did go through a couple of mags up there the first Evo, but I was more along the lines of just being that motivational speaker out there. And so for anybody that got offended by me, I'm extremely sorry.
There was a lot of yelling from the two of us.
Yeah.
I only cussed
There
a little
was a lot
bit.
of yelling from me too. Like, move, fucking move.
I tore my cloaca.
Oh, this thing's really far away.
Seem closer.
Oh.
Oh God.
And I realized like one very fatal thing with like the last mission of the day, the last thing, which was that run. I couldn't drop everything. So what I was gonna do, if I had my gun, I would have dropped like my entire kit and grabbed and only had 2 mags, like and just run up there because I knew I was gonna die. So here we go. I want to give a shout out to Tactical Ninja here.
This man played in a gas.
Nope.
That was my leg giving out.
Oh, there goes Anthony.
And that's where I got shot up and down my backside
By your own guys.
by my own guys. Yeah. So
I meant to do that.
Steve.
So close, Ninja.
ooh, did you see that guy eat it?
From behind.
Where's Bash? Sitting in the back.
I'll check.
So close, Ninja.
Nope, here comes Commodore.
Notice that little audible limp that's going on there? Yeah.
Yes. A chain sword prop and a common strap.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this one more time.
Just walks up, tags me on the respawn.
Oh, we don't immediately respawn? Weiner, we don't bleed out? All right, tell them. Get it to them.
Now there's an aerial view of this that I need. That I need to get from Ange, so you can see from the top side that guy going for that the flag, yeah, because it's all right, brother, it's all good. I just got little from the back. I was trying to get inside so I could give cover, but that's okay. But that was like the end of
What I did you shoot him too?
Yeah. I love the
Remember, friendly fire counts.
Oh, it did. I was dead, and I said I'm hit, and I went into the corner. And then I said, okay, because what we were told, I was being yelled at that I didn't put my dead rag on and kneel down, and I was like, when we were told the rules, you just keep dying and coming back, not waiting for bleed out. So,
Joker, in One Eye's defense, I'd like to apologize for him. He suffers from anal glaucoma and mesothelioma.
Jesus Christ.
He has a hard time seeing his ass do anything right.
Why is your grass looking all dead? Because this is actually cows are eating it, and it's also our dry season.
That ain't my grass.
Yeah.
No, it's bulls, not cows. Bulls.
So
they didn't have dangly bits.
Game ends. Runners win. We go to raffle. Trying to herd the cats for raffle is a lesson. It's a lesson of futility in itself. A lot of great stuff was given out. The kid was recognized. A lot of cool stuff got given away. We raffled off 2 tickets for our future events, which One Eye sounded like he's now interested in going. Yep. A lot of people are like, it's New York. So what? He comes to New York.
You're probably going to get shot by him up there too.
We're trying to get him to come to New York. The events are a hell of a lot of fun. So, my screen has got, because it's on the bottom. What the hell? I don't know what's going on. Sorry, that's TikTok commenting. Probably because of the orientation. That's why. Sorry, man. So number 62.
Oh, he's coming. He's got a ticket, so he's coming.
Well, supposedly the ticket got given to somebody else, so is what I thought I heard, but we'll figure it out. Smurf gave me the information. I didn't even look at it yet because I've just been busy.
Yeah, I got it on my phone too. If you need it.
If y'all can get Bayo to go, I'll go.
Bayo is going.
Yeah, I'm the CO.
He's a CO, so I guess you're going, huh?
I'll
be there.
It's gonna be a fun time. Bayo is Cartel Green and Civi.
Who's your XO?
I think Kevin Wynn wanted to do it, but I believe I could talk to him if the shake and bake combo wants to keep going. We'll form a triumvirate. No, I'm not tan.
I'm not going to take his spot if he wants it, but if it's available, I might just.
But I do tan. No tan lines.
No, Papa from Dead End Outfitters is going to be tan.
And Beaver, you better not pray for me.
I'm the tan.
XO.
I'm the tan XO for that event.
And if you're looking, calls green, baby, green, mean green.
Green, baby, green.
I get to go.
Now, if you're looking for tan lines, just look under Weiner's chin.
Just my chin is starting to go away. Can you tell?
One of them.
One of them's gone. That's good.
Good job.
So on a whole, with the minor things that were there, my only feedback that I really gave was that when it comes to the water bottles, they said, I went up to Drew and I said, hey, this is a bit overpowered if you're not limiting the amount of times a single person could take water bottles. Because he goes, yeah, but they're using it all up. I was like, yes. there is a difference than bodies on the ground shooting and somebody like a commander being on Overwatch, just drinking water like it's going out of style, staying alive, and just murking people from the top floor. Not to sound, it's not an egotistical statement, because if Steve Ash was up there and I would have said the same thing about him, that having me up there with an pretty much there was like, how many bottles of water were inside of each bag?
10.
And you could technically
10?
have 30 revive, or you could have 30 lives up there.
33 were
Yeah,
live.
it's
33.
Yeah, because you had the first one for free.
Yeah, so you have 33 lives up there. And as it stands, it's a hard tactical spot to take somebody out of, because they have to shoot up through a window to hit somebody unless they're intentionally standing out in the open.
Well, just so you know, that, I mean, that's one of the things we looked at for changing the game a bit. That you won't be able to bring a medic bag into a building. Like, I mean, you can bring it into it, but you have to bring it back out. You can't stay in a building.
You can do it, but if you limit to that a person can only be medic bag revived
It's
once, so they have
easier
a
if we
total of
don't
6 lives.
bring them all in there. It's just easier because we can't sit there and count how many times and all that stuff too. So
here's my thought to it though, right? Like, yeah, I agree, but also disagree at the same time, because if you've got one person up there hoarding it and they're taking it, and you're taking it away from all the others, it's a much bigger disadvantage to not being sharing it and having one person up there than it is to be sharing it and getting all those guys back up. Because yeah, let's say you ate through 10 bottles and it took you the whole Evo to do that. But if we turned around and we had that bag and we could have refilled it several times throughout the first Evo, and we could have revived 90 people with it instead of just, or 30 people with it instead of just you, we actually would have been at a higher advantage. So technically, you hoarding it isn't.
While that is one factor of it, that is definitely for sure that is there.
It's
but
just
when
one
you
of
have,
those things. Other than that, the overall, everything else was.
I don't think like the gameplay or anything like that was broken because of it. I mean, it's just.
Like I said, I'll stand by the statement that was a very powerful tool that I was able to take advantage of. And if that had happened,
that's what all field assets are for.
True, but that was overpowered to the sense that, because not only was I up there, I didn't drink all 10 bottles. I had 2 LMGs up there with me that also had to drink the bottles. So you have when you have that much firepower and that much range, that's the only thing I was saying in regards to it, that it really is one of those things where it's like, all right, well, this is a problem. And you know, that was that. And the other thing was spawn placement, but I think that's already going to be oh wait, there's 3 things total. There was spawn placement. If it would have been on a more backside, that gave both sides access to one direct line in to the field, I think that would have been a little bit better, because it would have opened up more of the field and more of the other objectives would have felt like in play more. Because I understand there was a couple of objectives that didn't even get touched by the military side, even though they had 8 objectives outside the city and there were 6 objectives inside the city. So
I think a little bit of that too, and correct me if I'm wrong here too, Steve. Some of the field playability had changed recently, not long ago, and kind of where the roads lead into it kind of leaves you with, you know, that's what what's developed and what's left. That's where your talks are. So
yeah. Well,
it's really difficult with that field to say, hey, this is your center point. And when you look at the map, the way that it was, you basically were going to have one of 2 things. You were going to have an all-day battle with the city, or you were going to have an all-day battle between the mounds and the city. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that was basically it, just because of the way that it kind of is. So
I think they were balanced as best you could to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, again, like the amount of firefights was just
the epic. Next event, there's a possibility that we could probably double his numbers, which means there'll be a massive problem with so many bodies in close proximity.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The firefight. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. If
we have to move the talks back onto the field and put one end and one end.
Spread them out.
So spread them out further. So I mean, it's already stuff we talked about. The event wise, with all the players that we had there, was a complete success.
Right.
Everybody was coming off, having a good time. So
we know we
did it right. We know we got some things minor things we have to work on. Everybody stayed hydrated all day. We didn't have one single heat casualty. Don't care.
Boy, was I hydrated. Holy shit.
Yeah, everybody was hydrated all day long. Everybody had water in their talks.
I could say at our talk, we forced people to drink water.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's. I mean, you almost have to sometimes too, because they get so and not
Uncomfortable.
realizing even though it's
Drink
cool
water.
out, you're still getting dehydrated.
Yeah.
So
We were very
no
forceful.
heat
We were very
casualties.
angry.
We had one incident on the field where we paused the game. We got Mississippi.
Somebody got
Poor
shot.
Yeah.
guy.
He
Poor
got
guy got
shot
hit
in the no-no
in
zone.
the
I
third
was
leg.
right there.
Third leg went down.
Third
When I
leg
found
went
out he was
down.
okay, he was up. He was hobbling off. I wanted to make sure somebody.
They're
kissed
like,
him. He
rear
did
world,
better,
rear
but
world.
nobody
So
would
I
take
ran
his mouth on it.
upstairs and I was like, what happened? He goes, oh, I shot him right in the no-no zone.
Right in the
And I was like,
nards.
Ah, he's fine.
I go,
He's fine.
that's not our real world.
I did see Steve
That's a
tackle
sucks for you moment, but that's not our real world.
Steve tackle a small child and squeeze a whole 20-ounce bottle of water just down his throat real fast. Like, drink it, and then let the kid up and send him back into the city.
Now you're hydrated.
The last thing that I would say was the nuke, which I know you guys are going to change this up for the future.
It
but
was
it's
still
just-
funny as hell. It was still funny.
I was
yeah,
like, we got
I know
killed.
we
How?
disappointed some people.
Yeah, if we'd just been told that it has to be laid out flat, like if there's a way that before the nuke was in play that we could be advised that something like that was happening, like this happens with a lot of events. A lot of players, a lot of events do this. Like you have some sort of warning with 3 minutes to flip a flag that we have no idea that there is a flag or how to flip it, because that's the question. Steve, how was I asking that question?
You were saying what is the orientation of the flag? What does it need to do? How does it need to look? And I'm just like, flip the fucking flag.
I was asking like a barrage of questions. I was like, where the hell is this flag? It's by the flagpole. I'm looking at the flagpole. There's no flag on the freaking flagpole.
Yeah, I said it's by the flagpole. And you're like,
and I was like, oh, there it is. And the green was facing up. So I was like, all right, flip it. It's got to be tan. So the guy runs over there, flips it upside down. Tan's facing up. Not that it has to be laid out flat. So the next time that flag came in play, that bitch was perfectly flat on tan. But that was like my final thoughts on the only thing that needed improvement in my opinion. But on a whole, that was so minor that everything else was absolutely fantastic for this event, for your second event, Weiner. It was a huge amount of fun. A few people got salty because of, maybe they're new to the field. Maybe they don't know how fields work. Maybe they didn't know about all the
rules.
rules.
A couple people, not a few.
New to Milsim.
Well,
a lot
New to Milsim didn't know what was going on, and
3 to 4 is a few. Okay.
Right.
4 or 5 is a few. So, it's one of those things. That's why reading the rule set's important. Asking questions is important. That's why our rule sets are very similar. So the only thing I had to know about was what's the additional thing. Like the one thing I didn't catch in the safety brief or in the rules was that a JDAM was pink mist, or at least I didn't remember.
Yeah, I didn't have that in there either.
Okay,
so it is on the notes. Yeah, you didn't miss it. There were some things there because I have with Drew as the game controller. There were some things I had I don't want to say no control of, but I knew who I had doing it as far as the game controller, so I knew things were going to go great. There were some minor things, and we learned, like you said, every event. If you're not learning something from every event you have, you're not doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, because you're going to have different personalities, different people, and stuff out there, and like I said, if you're not learning, it's the same thing with being a firefighter, same thing with being a ball player and stuff like that. You can't go out and say I'm the greatest, and I've done all this, and come to my events, I'm the best out there. Nobody's better than me. You can't do that. But you have to learn something from each event, and you just apply it to it. And if you have to adjust something, change it, you do it.
Nobody's better than Steve.
No, Steve is perfect. Steve's Mr. Perfect.
Steve.
We can't change. We can't find another Steve.
He's
God forbid
borderline.
Clone him.
He really is.
Borderline of saint.
But also then too, I got to do this because I keep getting mentioned. I keep getting messages and stuff like that. Smurf and Donna in registration was awesome. As far as registration for people getting in, getting their tickets, getting their stuff,
hurting the cats.
The only plane I can have is Weiner. I need you now. That's my only complaint. Other than that, I mean, from the front end to the back end to the start to finish, it was just the right staff was in place, the right people were there, the
you
player
left, you left
base,
two full mom
fans.
modes in charge of everything up there. like
Bash, shut up.
it didn't even take long for Smurf like, hey, bail. Hey, you sign in. I'm talking to folks. Sign in.
I got the same treatment.
Get your registration. Fill out your waiver. Make sure you fill out the field waiver.
Where's
too.
your waiver?
And where's your medic card? Where's your medic card? A lot of that was new to a lot of players too. They didn't understand what we were doing with that. I have to make sure I put that in my notes about the medic cards when I do.
I guess I was the only one that got treated like a celebrity there.
What's that? What's that? Say that again.
I said, I guess I'm the only one that got treated like a celebrity there. Hey, Mark, I sent you the picture of
Mom's favorite.
So we had that one Frago where it was, hey, we got to flip the flag. We need it flat, really flat, and take a picture of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
So many guys were like taking pictures of this thing, showing it's flat. Like flat. Anthony Parker's like flat, and then Grey Wolf comes over and there's like a little piece of green sticking up because he touched it. He goes, "Kick that flat." Yeah, I have
shaking the flag out and match the corners nicely. Demonetized.
No, you have no idea, man. We got anal about this stuff when we got because that was the second flag that we had.
Yeah, that was the one that we got the Frago with, and it was worth points. And we were like, hey, any opportunity we got to get some points. And so I told the guys, I was like, hey, this Frago will win us the game. Go do it. And they took off. And for the life of me, I can't remember the three guys that showed up in all black. And I'm terrible with names, and I'm so sorry if you're watching the stream. But those guys, those three guys, and I got a couple of shout outs, but those three guys, God, man, I wish I remembered his name. He came up and I told him about it, and dude, without hesitation, was like, we got it done, and took off. And dude, sure enough, I got a text message like probably maybe 2 minutes later. Is this good enough? Is this what we need? I said, that'll work.
Steve grabbed one of them and was like, they're gonna kill the orphans if you don't get the flag.
He said something. I was like, what? Here it is.
What orphans?
There's a picture of the picture of the picture.
I had it. There you go.
Yeah.
Flag exception.
All in all, everything about the event was absolutely fantastic. Can't wait for North vs. South 4. I think it's going to be another great event. And now it's a 3-day event. So.
Yep, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come out early, get ready to have a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be awesome. So.
Tickets are on sale now.
Tickets are on sale now. I've already said that.
I'm just saying it again. I'm just repeating it. It's
So,
my job.
Sign up for the North so you can play for me and Steve.
I've already signed up for the North to play with you and Steve. Okay, now I'm talking to everybody else. I know, right?
So that was our AAR for Op Cannonball Run. So as I promised, I'm going to give a couple of quick updates for rule changes for Syndicate 4. And this is only going to take a couple of minutes.
Okay, I can go now. Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, I know, right? Op Cannonball runs over. Now let's talk about Syndicate 4.
No, we got North versus South. Before Syndicate 4. So
there's one at Airsoft. Syndicate 4.
They get the patches.
Warwick, New York. Mid-Orange Correctional.
I didn't mean to spit you in the eye there, Beowulf.
So there's definitely some rule changes that happened that players been asking for. No, there's still no riot shields allowed. But we are going to allow SMGs to full auto burst inside the buildings until it becomes a problem. And I say it specifically until it becomes a problem.
So you hear that? Everybody stop whining.
Right.
Don't start.
Well, what that means is burt, not and it is going to be capped at 25 ROF.
Can you repeat that for the people in the back?
25 rounds.
No, the first part.
Per second. That it's burt, not burt.
There you go. Okay, cool.
And it is definitely going to be demonstrated and expressed. So
just
like
that.
Jerko will be the target. We'll demonstrate it on him.
You really think so, sir?
It'd
You're
be fun to
gonna
watch.
come out of this looking like you
It'd be
got the
fun to
fucking
watch.
measles. You keep the shit up. Um,
Who's gonna get haunted this time? Is it gonna be Weiner? Gotta hope it's Weiner.
oh, dude, Wiener's gonna look like he's
I'll be
coming from
floating
the
over the top of
pestilence.
y'all.
Wiener's not gonna need a costume
There's always
for a yellow dog outbreak because he's still gonna look like he's infected with something with how many times he gets shot if he keeps talking shit. Just saying.
that's just crap.
Stop talking
There,
shit.
yeah. So no, there are no launchables to be used at these events. We are allowing shower shells to be used outdoors. This is the last chance to use shower shells. If you guys screw it up at this event, they are gone. We had problems at the last event with people misusing them and everything else. So
Yes,
chance.
I did when I was younger.
Due to restrictions for the site, there's no pyrotechnics allowed indoors. This means no EG67s, and since Taggin looking like they're actually being able to import their grenades now, none of those either. The Cherub Milson ones are at this point in time not approved for the site. And this is not a me thing. This is not saying I don't like them because I think it's a cool concept. It's because of the firework category of those, the site owner said no. So the site owners are actually doing really awesome things by doing research. So we don't have problems on the site that get us kicked off. They want us there for multiple events. You can use Thunder V's. You can, at this point, use the impact grenades that go off, and you could use the spring-loaded grenades, which are just garbage.
Can we throw rocks?
Why are you sending me more pictures?
I'm not sending you pictures. Can we
That's
throw
my
rocks?
outfit for the next event.
I'm asking a simple question. Can we throw rocks? I'm asking for a friend.
No, you cannot throw rocks. All right.
What about dirt clods?
No.
Pine cones?
No. I'm not having somebody clean that shit up, and it's no, there's no pine cones on it. The other thing that is changing,
Damn it, Steve.
and this is making me cringe already. We're gonna allow multicam traffic.
Oh, Beaver's gonna be happy.
I'm going to be very happy. I mean, I'm going green. No, I'm tan, aren't I?
Yeah, you are tan.
You
Damn it.
Now this is again a test to see if airsofters are idiots. Like this is a social experiment between myself and Christian. My mentality is that there's going to be the same problems that we had with Lockdown and Syndicate 1 of identification
Quick
issues.
second. Is Bash sitting back in the waiting room?
Yes, he is.
Okay, just checking. I would like, where are these messages
He's right there.
popping up? Love it. But he's trying to
Execute him.
He's trying to pull a pop-up.
So if we suddenly have problems with people misidentifying, that'll be the last time that we're going to allow multicam traffic anywhere. All right.
Traffic's good if it's new.
I don't understand it. I really don't get it, man.
And actually,
I'm not
it's
sure.
kind of funny you say that too, because multicam tropic and you still allow multicam.
If
period.
anything, the only thing I could see is multicam being a problem, not multicam.
But
traffic
multicam is a standard tan color that's almost at every single event. So a lot of
Yeah,
people
but sometimes it looks green. It's hard to tell.
It looks green in the right.
That's why.
Yep.
That's why we've been having problems with misidentification,
Especially the
of people
knockoffs.
doing.
Well, and then the same thing with multicam green. Although multicam tropic,
Multicam
if it's
traffic
new, is beautifully green.
It's
You can tell
green.
100%.
Yeah.
Except it fades. No, I've seen.
Well,
the
if it fades, then it's time for you to spend a little money and get them replaced or die.
Yeah,
again.
that would be the ideal thing, that people spend money to do that. But these are airsofters, and airsofters are idiots. It's like it's not
My
ripped,
multicam
it's not falling, it's not falling
Hey.
apart. I don't
Hey.
have disposable income. I'm not going to replace my gear. That's what they're saying, and that's what the problem is. So
For everybody else in the fan base, I know Joker doesn't love you, but I love you. Keep watching the show.
I love you all.
I love you, but you're fucking idiots.
They are. They are.
No, you're not.
Like,
You're beautiful.
Steve
Beautiful,
Tom,
special little snowflakes. Love every one of
even
you.
the most experienced of some of our airsofters do things that break the rules, like Steve Tom throwing a grenade outside of the buildings at Syndicate 3
Well,
right into the bushes.
But he knew right away. He didn't do it.
okay.
He knew what he did
I
right away,
mean,
and he
yeah.
took his lumps, just like me throwing a grenade in the basement at Lions Claw. Going, oh
It-
fuck!
In
Yeah,
Steve's defense, I mean, that was lost in translation.
As he pulled the pin.
That is
Oh,
true. That is very true. Also, where's Steve at?
How are you? Ha!
There was too many R's.
Oh, wrong.
So
I'm going to hell.
Not for that.
So
not gonna
we're
help.
going to allow it. We're allowing multicam Tropic. So we're going to give you guys the opportunity to.
Is that all you got left that you fit into? Is that why you're allowing it?
I'm in a Hawaiian shirt and OD green pants. You can kiss my ass, sir. But the rules are going to drop today, so you guys are going to have them tonight. So you guys can go through, dissect, ask the millions of questions that are probably answered in one section or the other. And this is not for the three guys on here. This is for everybody else. So yeah. Now, one of the things that I started to allude to is that there might be a big announcement. I said it in Discord, and I'll say it here. We will not have a JTF at Syndicate 4 for Friday night.
Aww.
However, the very next weekend, Alex Fallon's getting married. So
that's right. Yeah, so he won't be. Yep, he's having his bachelor party that weekend. I'm
nothing
sure.
would suck more to show up to your wedding with a bunch of blemishes all over your face.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole face is a blemish, anyways. I can say that. But
Wow.
Damn.
Anyhow, I'm currently working with Christian to write up a rule set for a
Don't shoot him in
Warzone
the face.
Resurgent game mode for Friday night. This will be extremely limited. This will be a paid for. I don't care how close of a friend you are with me. This is a separate paid for event because you're going to be able to take some guns home with you.
Steve.
So I'm working on it right now. It's
Don't
probably
worry,
also gonna be
Steve. We'll
limited.
go be the pores.
Well, the sponsors get to go to the events. The sponsors get some free tickets to our events. There are some other people that work for us that also get tickets for the work that they do and everything else. The pores. But it is definitely going to be
I'm a cop, I'm
Resurgent
definitely
quads. A Warzone Resurgent quads that is going to be initiated out there for the event. So we're working on the rule set now. We'll definitely have more information about this. This one. So start getting your 4-man squads up, guys, because all the money that we get for these tickets is going directly into buying the props for it and buying the guns that you will be able to take home. So, like, a short answer is you're going to be issued a pistol when you start the game. And that's going to be the pistol you get to take home. That's your pistol. You don't have to give it up. But if you find one of the boxes and you loot that box,
haters for everybody.
No, it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be some sort of Glock or Glock variant or something like that. But there'll be upgraded. There'll be guns like rifles and shotguns and stuff throughout the field inside of boxes. That when you get them, you have them, and you have to. You can only have one primary, one secondary. So if you get shot, you have to drop everything just like in there, and there will be some respawn, and the game's probably going to run for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And yes, the circle will close, and you guys have to fight closer and closer down. So whoever's at the end of the game, the last team that's alive, will pretty much have their choice of the guns that they can take home with them. Is the current idea in a nutshell what we're going to do with this.
you even know how to use a pistol there, Duber, in there?
Who, me?
Crackles.
Oh.
I can't read.
God damn it.
You're probably not wrong, Bash.
Probably not.
I work for a small
Well, embedded be red shirts for this event. There will be some people that we're definitely going to need red shirt for this one. I mean, we're gonna take on whoever's not doing it. That's part of our embed team and everything else. Will be ones that are going to be bringing the circle in. There'll be respawn points that are there, so you guys can go through. And yes, we're probably going to be driving and saying, "Okay, let us know when you want to get off and go through and do the horn." So you're not going to be jumping from the plane like you would from the thing and have to parachute down, obvious for budget reasons and safety. But
why don't we take
going to be very similar
COs and XOs and make a 4-man squad? What do you say, Steve?
Okay.
Ooh. I'm in.
I like it.
So
who's carrying?
About pounds lighter by then. I'd be, yeah, I'm in.
You carrying Papa? You want me
I
to carry
saved all my
Papa?
old uniform, so I'm
I got
good.
you.
You got him? Okay.
Hey, I can wear my multicam tropic that night too.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, see?
Because this has nothing to do with the main game. So
Why does that
Wow.
not surprise me?
it does not surprise me at all, Bash. All right, so that's the big announcement. These rules are going to be refined, and the tickets are going to go up there because of the cost. The tickets for this and there'll also be a trophy involved too. So for the team that wins.
It's a picture of Steve on a bearskin rug.
Why would you buy yourself a dining room set? You have a nice one at your house. Are you living by yourself?
No,
Sorry,
he's
Bash.
yeah,
Or this
you know,
little
he can
thing.
wait. I swear to God, I'm going to kick him out of the fucking thing. Each time that he does, it takes up half my screen. All right, so that's the big exciting thing that's going to happen at Syndicate, and that's going to run for about, like I said, about 2 hours or so. It's probably going to go from around 5 o'clock to about 7 o'clock on Friday. So we will update the rules. We'll get those written up, put together, and everything else for you guys to go through. So as it stands, when it comes on there, depending on the interest and how many people we can go, depends on what games, what guns are actually going to be put inside that. So. Oh, and that's the other thing too. You cannot wear the Hawaiian shirt's been updated as well for what color you can and cannot wear. All right, but that's
That's funny.
Thursday.
I thought a Hawaiian shirt was a Hawaiian shirt.
Well, there's
That was
certain
good.
colors
Oh, it's
that
upside down.
can't. There's certain colors that you can't wear. Like you can't wear the not the trademark, but the well, it's, I guess it is Nikolai's trademark Hawaiian blue shirt. So. And if you decide, and the reason why I said no Hawaiian blue shirts to anybody else is because if you're wearing a blue Hawaiian shirt, there's a possibility you could just be tackled, and we're just not going to allow that.
Nikolai, big boy.
Yeah. So those are some of the basic things. Like I said, I'll get the rules up within the next hour or whatever.
Go,
but that's
Tyler.
the big update there. So if you guys are interested in going to Syndicate, now that we have this next thing, tickets for this one are going to be about $85. By the way, the new thing, because of how much
For the specialty game?
For the specialty game, because of all the guns I'm going to have to buy for it. Because there's going to be at least 40 pistols. So
and every winner gets a moon pie.
Distributor and got them donated.
I'm going to be. I'm in the works right now. Let's put it that way. Okay.
I mean, one of the
going
CEOs has guns he could probably give away.
It's
not me. Definitely not me. Yes, not
Exo
you.
is me.
Not you.
Exo.
Keep your shit because I'm going to live vicariously through all of your guns.
But yeah, so it's going to be a limited ammo thing as well. So you guys are going to want to be.
Steve, you got to get some more guns. You have some empty racks there.
Oh, they're in the gun cases. I took them this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. You haven't
He's
unloaded yet?
animated around and dropping them.
So if you guys are interested, there's the Syndicate 4 link. Go ahead and get your tickets, guys. Yeah,
Where's the
and
North versus
also
South link?
they will. One of the things that we will be tracking is we will be using the skirmish for these boxes as well. So you guys will be able to use skirmish to get some extra points there. So yeah, time for bragging rights and everything else. With that being said, that I will be.
Steve.
As it stands right now, I'm 70% sure I'll be having a Syndicate 4 only 1 hour stream on Thursday to talk more and ask frequently asked questions, the FAQ, especially because of the rule set being dropped in this new mode. So Thursday at 8 o'clock, I'll be having a 1 hour stream. With that being said, let's break this down and finish up our endings with telling everybody about all the fun stuff that's coming up. So this weekend we have Flames of the Rebellion 2 hosted by Mind Game Productions at Wayne's World of Paintball in Ocala, Florida. February 15th to the 17th, up in Milledgeville, Georgia. Third Coast Airsoft is having their Bone Crusher event there. Come join us. I believe there's only a few tickets on tan left. Go to thirdcoastairsoft.com.
You ain't worried about tan. You ain't worried about tan.
I need to get my ticket.
What?
I need to get my ticket.
You better make some
Yeah, hurry up.
phone calls.
You better make some phone calls and get
You
on
better watch
Chaos
those
Company.
planner groups. February 11th through the 13th, there'll be a call out to see if anybody's inside the Warwick area that wants to come there for the photo shoot that we have to do and the video shoot. There's going to be some restrictions on that. So you guys get a chance to walk the field and do this stuff. February 24th, mini milsim at MK Willard. Forgot about that one. Thank you, Tyler. Check out MK Airsoft Willard for more information on that one. Then we move into March 6th. We're going to be taking over Miami Airsoft for Pew Pew at C2. The 7th to the 11th, we'll be on the cruise for Pew Pew at C2. We'll be having a good time. That
Can't wait.
everybody except for this man down here.
I know.
Be on the cruise.
He's got.
The very next weekend when we get back,
I'll room it down below.
the weekend after that is going to be Thunderdome 4 and Durham, North Carolina at the Northgate Mall. Check out OperationLionClaws.com for tickets for those. I believe there's only 40 some odd tickets left for that. The weekend after that is North First South 4
North for
hosted
South.
by
That's right.
Dead End
Nobody
Outfitters and
Dead
Nu
End
Breed Airsoft. Go to deadendoutfitters.net/events for those tickets.
It'll be on the Nu Breed Airsoft site also.
Play for the North.
Let's see. Then we have a weekend off, and then the first weekend of April is the Veterans for Airsoft VFA's their 6th annual charity event that's going to be in Camp Liberty. Those tickets are actually surprisingly cheap, especially everything you get with it, including food. Go to VFAAirsoft.com and check out their Veterans for Airsoft.com and check out the information on that. Then we have the weekend of the 19th to the 21st. No, I'm not. I am stuttering like a maniac. We have Stonebreaker 10. That's going to be held by thirdcoastairsoft.com, located at Barnwell, South Carolina at GTI. It's a really fun event. Come check that out if you haven't been to.
What?
Third Coast
Oh,
Airsoft.
Moon Pie. Oh, there's
a Moon Pie.
The
The very next weekend, of course, is Syndicate 4, going to be at Mid-Orange Correctional in Warwick, New York.
RP Square.
It's going to be a good time. We also opened up a little bit more of the AO2. We're going to go over all that on Thursday, though. So check that out. And then, of course, finishing up going through that we have so far is May 31st through June 2nd. We're going to go and be at Geigerlands 3, Pit of Misery, also at Hudson Sports Complex, Mid-Orange Correctional in Warwick, New York. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am Joker for Players Wanted. With me, it's not a party till he comes out, Weiner from Nu Breed Airsoft. Down there, it's Justin Beowulf. I'll give you shiny new bracelets if you piss me off, West. And the man with the pew-pew, the shake and bake himself, Guntruck Steve Ash.
Steve!
Do it! Next time,
do it! Shake and bake!
May your beating fly through and your opponents always call your hits. Good night.
Squirrel!